I wonder if it's going to be trouble for this.
Sorry? You gonna wear your mask the whole time?
Oh, no.
You had a hair right on the front of your mask.
It's like, I'm uncomfortable with proximity, Chelsea.
Can you tell what I had for lunch?
I had butter chicken pot pie. I can only taste that.
Oh, very good.
It's delicious.
That sounds good. We need to do like butter chickpea soon.
And I made a point to stop crashing the internet when I came down here, so
Did you?
yeah.
What were you doing that was crashing the internet?
Stuff.
Stuff.
It was a day for updating things online.
Oh, were you adding more things to the
No.
internet? No.
Other things.
Okay. Fair enough.
Alright, there we go. Now we should go.
Ooh, are we live?
Yeah,
Oh. Yay!
for about a minute now. On
That's
YouTube,
awesome.
anyway.
Well, I hope
Hello, Robin.
they heard some fun stuff. 2 viewers, 5 viewers. Well, I guess we have visitors.
I bet you guys thought you'd only see me and Chelsea once this week.
Surprise!
But we're back.
It's 2 for Tuesday at my sewing room.
And who knows, maybe this is going to be the Chelsea and Tyler week. You'll
Ooh.
only see us.
Maybe I'll kidnap him for Thursday.
The real story is
Or
that all
maybe
the
Friday.
authorities are gone, so there's no one here to stop us.
We're taking over. And by taking over, we found a really fun box of stuff in receiving. Fun new stuff. And it's all pink.
Could I hold tokens in it?
Yeah, actually.
Yes.
I'm gonna save that one for last. I peeked through the box. Some of the stuff I don't quite know what it's for.
Okay, so when I ask you what is that and what's it for, you might not know.
We're gonna figure it out, and maybe our friends
Online.
online will know.
Okay.
That's what I'm hoping. So we have a bunch of new stuff from
Mhm.
Nifty Notions. Some of it we carried before, and some of it we haven't. But we have tons of new things. And I am excited to share them. Do you want to show that one off first, Tyler? You
I
look
was just
very
reading.
interested.
Because I'm trying to figure out if Nifty Notions is has a parent company or not.
Interesting. I don't know. They're made by Brewer distributes them.
Yeah, so
That's all I got.
that doesn't answer my Maybe.
That's all I got.
Anyway,
What?
what do we got first? Hello, everybody.
Well, what
Hi,
do we
Sandy.
have first? What do you want to show off first? Do you want to show off some of the big things?
This is a
Quilt wall.
72-inch square quilt wall.
Do you know what that's for, Tyler?
It's for quilting.
Well, yes. So,
If you wanted to quilt a wall. Do people quilt walls?
so when you're making a quilt, Tyler, you have all these big chunks of fabric. And it's really hard to get them all kind of in the right spot so you can see what your quilt looks like when it's on the floor. Because then you have to crawl all over it and put your pieces of fabric down to see what they look like. So you lay out. It's layout. That's the words I really want. So what you do with this is you hang it up on your wall, and then you take your quilt block and smack it on there. And then it hangs your fabric up on the wall so you can sit and put your quilt box all over it.
So you don't have to look down at your quilt, you can look straight at your quilt.
Exactly.
As it's being assembled.
It saves your knees.
That sounds great, actually.
Do you think you could use this for board games?
Well, no. But I was just thinking, maybe for shorter people, it's not so bad to be looking at something that's down lower. But for someone like me, I'd hate to be bending down looking at stuff all
Right?
the time.
It's super hard to get an accurate visual interpretation of your quilt when you have to crawl all over the ground.
Okay. That
And
makes
set it
sense.
up. Isn't it great? Some people use fleece. I like this one, 72
big
by
is it?
72. That would hold.
How big's the normal quilt?
I know a king size winds up at about 110,
Okay.
or queen. So this is probably like lap size or double size.
Okay.
We'll have to find out, Tyler.
Wonder how big a typical wall is.
Well, 72 is 6 feet.
Oh.
So it's shorter than a regular wall. Because I think regular walls are 7 or 8 feet, right?
I mean,
How tall are you and how far is the ceiling from your head?
I'm about 6'2".
And they are how far from you?
It depends wildly on the ceiling. This ceiling is really high.
Okay. Well, let's not use the classroom as an example for how tall your ceiling is.
If you have a ceiling like this, no problem.
Well, do you
What else we got?
do you know what this one's for?
It's a wool pressing mat. It's for pressing wool. No, I know.
No. No. It's a mat made of wool that you can actually just stick on your counter. And you can actually just iron straight on here versus setting up an ironing mat, like an ironing board.
Mm-hmm.
They're great. I have one at home.
The other thing I've heard from Anne
love it.
is some people don't like the smell of
You know,
wool.
I-
But she also said that was kind of an older thing that they had to worry about. I don't know if it still is.
I have a newer one. And yes, it smelled at first. It smelled like burning hair.
Mm.
But as I used it and as I added more steam, that smell did go away. And I love it. It actually, what happens when your iron and the heat hits the wool is it warms the wool up. And then you're essentially ironing from both sides of your fabric to get it really, really flat.
Okay.
It is fabulous. I'll bring mine in one day so you can play with it. I'll get you to iron using a ironing board. And then you can iron with the pressing mat and see what the difference is.
Okay. Sure.
We'll see what you like better. This one I actually don't know what it is.
It's
Well,
for cutting LEDs.
I have an idea-ish. LED, light pad, and cutting mat. I have it backwards. This would probably help more. The picture. So it looks like two separate things. So you have a cutting mat that you can actually cut on. What do you think the LED lighting's for, Tyler?
Probably when you can do some tracing.
Ooh! I bet you're right. Ultra thin and lightweight touch sensor on off, brightness control, translucent cutting mat.
So here's my guess.
Okay, tell me what your guess is, Tyler.
You have the pattern underneath and you want to trace out a certain size of it. And you put the cutting mat on top of the pattern. And you put that all on top of the light box. And you can cut your fabric on top of the cutting mat without having to worry about either the light box or the pattern underneath.
Well, that sounds cool. I hope that's how we use it. We might have to do more research.
This is not usage instructions. Tyler doesn't actually know what he's talking about most of the time.
Oh, I bet you could find out from this instructions, the use and care instructions. This looks cool. Ooh, it's small and lightweight. How far do you think I can unpack this?
You gotta be able to put it back.
Oh, I'm very good at getting things back in the box. Don't worry.
Don't put it in water.
Just
good to
don't
know.
do that. Oh, this is awesome. This would be easy to store. So it's actually, this is the light pad. It's very thin. That's way thinner than I expected.
Is it heavy?
No, actually, it's incredibly light.
Mm-hmm.
Does it tell you what to do with it, Tyler?
It says don't use sharp metal objects on a light pad. Always use the translucent cutting mat to backlight your design when cutting.
Cool. So it is for backlighting designs and cutting with.
So
Neat.
I might be right,
I think
but
you're
I
right.
might be horrendously wrong too.
We're going to do some more research on this one because it looks cool. Just tuck that back together. What'd you find? The USB plug-in?
USB cord.
Cool. Do you want to show off the cutting mat?
Oh, sure.
The cutting mat for this is actually 8 by 11 inches. So that's a nice sized cutting mat. For small, fussy cut patterns, probably.
If you say so.
Do you know what fussy cutting is? So sometimes when you're making a quilt, you want a certain piece of your fabric to hit a certain part of your design. And so fussy cutting is making sure that that piece lines up perfectly within that shape.
Okay.
Sometimes you can use that method to make like a kaleidoscope quilt. So you cut the exact same thing out, I think it's 12 times. And then it makes a cool kaleidoscope effect. It's very tedious,
Sounds tedious.
but rewarding. I found a really good one for you, Tyler.
It's a face burner.
No!
Cauterizing device.
It's a mini iron. It's really cute. Non-stick sole plate, too. And it stands up on its little butt.
We always have like a mini iron in here.
Yeah, but this one's a Nifty Notions mini iron.
Ah.
Looks like it has a steam setting, too. And it has a maximum line, so it's easy to fill your water properly. And a little cord storage at the top, so it's great for traveling.
Oh, so we're not gonna have cords just lying around all the time, or what you always sees. So it's just kind of hanging there.
Yes. We're just gonna have everything hanging out. Well, this one goes back into quilting again. A quilting hoop.
This also is a torture device.
No, it's a quilting hoop. Do you know why you want a quilting hoop?
To hold it straight while you're quilting
Yeah.
by hand.
Yeah. Good guess, Tyler.
I edited Barb's quilting by hand videos.
Good job, Tyler.
Most of the things I know are from editing someone else's content.
That actually works great,
I have
though.
very little actual experience.
Knowledge gets you there, though. It helps.
It gets
for
me
sure.
theoretically places.
Theoretically. Okay, well, I have a smaller hoop.
Tasmania. Ooh.
We got in new 5-inch embroidery hoops. And they're cute. Do you know what kind of embroidery you do in here?
Is it hand embroidery?
It sure is, Tyler. Good guess.
Because I don't see how it clips onto a machine otherwise.
Oh, I found something you need.
This is big, isn't it?
No,
No?
not for quilting in the hoop. Like if you want to do hand quilting. This is 12 inches. So when but you're going to you're going to sew up a whole quilt in it.
By hand?
Yeah, some people do hand quilting.
Whoa. Okay, that's dedication.
I actually have a quilt right now that I started way too long ago to admit. And I have been hand sewing it. And I can't tell you how much of a pain it is to not have a hoop. So I probably need to get that. Because I'm sitting there and I'm stabbing myself repeatedly because I don't know which layer is where. And then I sew a chunk of my quilt to the other chunk I don't want it on. But I'm quilting orange peels on it. I'll show you what those look like later. They're pretty cool. They're interesting. I used a plate to draw them. This is for you, Tyler.
A USB stick?
Yeah,
I know what a USB stick is.
I know you do.
What kind of USB stick is this? How much does it hold? What are we looking at here?
It's probably just a bitty one.
16 gigs?
Oh yeah, 16
That's actually
gigs.
good because when you get USB sticks that are too large, often the way they're built doesn't work with your sewing machine. So if you have a USB stick that is like 200 gigabytes, it probably won't work with your sewing machine.
You gotta show how cute it is.
Oh, I guess.
You didn't show it. So this would actually be so perfect for your sewing machine. Plus, nobody would ever accidentally take it thinking they have homework on it or something, and then you lose your embroidery designs.
I'm guessing there's a cap on it somewhere.
I think so.
'Cause
I haven't opened it yet.
I don't see the actual USB on it.
I can only get into so many things with people not noticing.
Yeah. We gotta make sure unboxing doesn't become just opening everything.
Yes, I don't want to open everything. Just the light pad I really needed to open because it looked cool. Do you know what that's for?
Cooking.
No.
No, I'm
So-
pretty sure.
It's for ironing things. So sometimes you are ironing on an interfacing and it's covered in glue. And when you get that glue on your iron,
It just sticks to your iron.
then you have a messy, mucky iron and you don't like that. This goes between your thing and your iron to protect your iron from the glue.
It doesn't stick to this.
No, because it's Teflon. See, look. Protect your iron and work surfaces from fusible adhesives, iron-on interfacings, hot glues. You flipped it before I finished reading.
Yep. I'm here to screw Chelsea up in whatever ball she gets rolling.
Perfect. Oh, I accidentally got 2 of those.
Okay.
Sorry, we have a lot of things. This was fun. Here you go. They got lots of fun things over there.
It's a sashiko thimble.
I don't know why it's called sashiko.
Sounds Japanese, but I don't know what I'm talking about, so.
It looks cool. It looks like it kind of just wraps over part of your finger versus the whole finger, so it keeps you cooler and not sweating while you're trying not to poke your finger. It's my vote.
Okay. That makes sense.
Do you know what that's for?
This is a torture device for pressing people's fingers.
No.
It says it's a finger press,
It is finger press.
and it's 3-piece sets.
Well, what else do you
It's
call
got
ironing?
2 sides. That's 6 fingers in total.
So ironing can also be called what? Pressing. This is going well.
This is
So-
going very well.
This, sometimes when you're quilting, you want to press down your fabric.
Someone
Oh, did you find an answer? Oh,
did
Billy!
an answer for sashiko.
Billy gave us an answer. This is awesome.
Yes, it is Japanese.
Sashiko is Japanese hand embroidery / visible mending.
Oh,
Cool.
I think I might have heard Barb talk about that before, actually.
We'll have to show Barb that thimble. She'll probably really like it.
Yeah, you guys don't get people who know what they're talking about. Well, you get Chelsea. I don't know what I'm talking about.
We have a great time. Sometimes I don't know what I'm talking about, and I have to go learn.
A lot of this is just going to be me not knowing what something is, and you explain it to me. Or
Well.
Billy, you explain it to me.
Finger pressing tools. So there is a term in the quilting world or bag making world where you sew a seam and you pull the 2 pieces back, and instead of ironing them flat, because maybe you don't want to, maybe your iron's too far away, or maybe you're paper piecing a pineapple block and it's way too much ironing, you actually just drag your fingernail down that seam to flatten it out.
Okay.
That can get sore on your finger after a while. You could also use a finger pressing tool that then saves your little finger from pressing all those. That's what this is.
Okay. It looks a little bit more precise than a finger.
Yes. Yes, it is. And it hurts way less over time.
I believe that.
I've definitely made my fingers tired doing pineapple blocks because I am not going to iron them. I'm a very lazy quilter. Billy says the designs are very geometric and beautiful. I think she's right. This one I don't know why we would need it. Oh. Cool. Okay. I found the answer already. An expanding sewing gauge.
Ah.
Isn't that cool? It's like those little pie cutters,
Mm-hmm.
but it's for marking stuff.
Okay.
So
does
say-
it have...
So you want to quilt every 3 or 4 inches, you could use that to help you mark
Oh, okay.
and
That does
guide
sound
yourself
handy.
every 3
Makes
to 4
your
inches.
measurements uniform without having
Yes.
to do the math.
True. Lazy quilting. That has me going, yes.
I just looked up some sashiko designs.
Oh, did you? Oh, cool.
Yeah.
That's neat.
'Cause I was curious what it looks like.
That is neat. They're very geometric. Okay, well, these are fun. I think these are all sold as a single. But I have a whole bin. A needle puller. Do you know what that'll be for?
Looks like it goes in your fingers.
It sure does. It's like,
Also looks like
I
it's
can't
sealed.
open it. They're keeping me out of here. Oh my gosh, it's really
You're-
taped.
You're
Okay.
not opening that.
I'm
like
not
that, so-
opening it today. But they look like silicone thimbles so that your fingers don't slip off the needle you're trying to pull.
Oh, okay.
So sometimes when you're going through really thick stuff by hand, it's really hard to get stuff through.
I could use one of those for sorting cards.
You could actually. And they're hot pink, just your color.
Yes. You can tell I wear a lot of hot pink.
Oh, this is fun. We're finding lots of good things for Tyler in here. Do you want one of those?
Rotary cutter replacement blade. Is there a rotary cutter in there?
Nope. Didn't find one yet. I'm guessing one is on its way or it's in a box I didn't see. Cool though.
Mm-hmm.
This one's really exciting. For all of you embroiderers. Do you know what a slap band is, Tyler? Slap band. All the kids are doing it now.
Oh, well, they're definitely not. I've been an old man since I was a child.
Well, the kids are doing it now. And it's like these little rubber sticks, essentially, that you slap onto your wrist and it creates a bracelet.
Okay.
Right? All you have to do is slap it. They have one for your stabilizer. So this would work well for interfacing or stabilizer. It has 5 labels: cutaway, tearaway, washaway, and 2 blank. Which is great, because not everybody has all the same stabilizers as everybody else. Some people...
So it's for keeping your stabilizer rolls all together?
Yeah, so they're not rolling around in your drawer making a mess.
Okay, that makes sense now.
Yeah, it's great. I like
It's
it.
a more permanent solution than elastics.
Yeah, they don't dry out. And they look cute. I don't think you can get into those ones, Tyler.
I better not.
Do you want to guess what those ones are good for?
Oh. They're heat vanishing pens. So I'm going to guess you make marks, and then they vanish in the dryer
Or your iron.
or your iron.
Yep. So a lot of people use friction pens.
So there's wash away markers, and this is like a heat vanishing marker, essentially. Is there a preference between those two for you?
Yes, I use them all for different things.
Ah.
If
so those are easy.
Yeah, well, and you have air erasing. I don't like air erasers. I find I take too long to do
That
everything
sounds like a thing that doesn't exist.
because it erased by air.
Yeah. There's a lot of air.
No, they're
Everywhere.
purple. So usually when you see a purple fabric pen,
They're purple? Is
they're
that for the air
air
that doesn't affect them?
erasing. It only affects it over time. So those ones are for things that you're not going to wash or get hot. Just a temporary mark.
Okay.
Super quick and easy. Wash away markers, they're blue, usually. And what happens is you draw on them. They're great for clothing, great for quilting, and then you draw on whatever it is, and it disappears when you put it in the wash or get it wet. Friction pens, they're like more like a ballpoint pen compared to the marker form. So air erasing and washable are kind of like markers versus these are pens. So you get a finer, more accurate line with these. So if you're making, say, half square triangles or flying geese, I'll teach you what those are later.
I know what those are.
Do you?
Yeah.
Oh, great.
Again, I edited a video.
So you have to be really accurate with your lines. Very, very accurate. Not always are you going to use the same color fabric, so your pens might not always show up. Which is why this package of multicolor is great. And then you can get a super fine line on that you can stitch on. And then when you go to iron them, it's gone. Eliminating having to wash it before giving it to somebody. Although you might want to wash it, because I don't know about you guys. But my quilts wind up on the floor at least 30 times while I'm making them. Maybe more.
Do you pre-wash your fabrics?
Oh, no.
So I wonder, some people do pre-wash their fabrics. That might be a better option for them.
Yes, and you do always want to test your fabric before using an air or a water or a heat erasing tool to make sure that it's going to go away and not come back. It's always good to test. Because testing is good.
We do have good camaraderie. Chelsea's very nice. I'm not, but that doesn't seem to bother her.
No, I'm very good at dealing with him. Right, Tyler?
Yes, yes you are.
Do you want one of these?
Oh, okay. This is a lot smaller than most of the ones I've seen.
Isn't it nice? It'd be perfect for trips.
Oh, this is a
Yeah, you might want to show it.
retractable
Can't
needle
see it.
threader with cutter. You can see it's quite a bit smaller than most of the ones I'm used to seeing, because most of the ones I'm used to seeing are like that big.
Yeah. So this one would be actually really nice if, say, you ride the C train a lot, or if you just have a small sewing basket and you like traveling with your sewing. This is a needle threader with the cutter, so it would be actually great if, you like to English paper piece in the car, like I know some people do. Leah does that. Otherwise, she sleeps.
Yeah,
She's probably doing that right now on her trip, actually.
she might be.
Yeah.
She did have that big box of English paper piecing she had to get done. I remember that. Looks really cool because it was just a bunch of, what is it, hexagons?
Yes.
I think that's
There
what she
are
was doing.
some pretty awesome stuff. This one is not as automatic because for some we don't need the automatic. It's just a basic needle threader. You shove the loop right through the eye of your needle, fish your thread through the loop, pull it through, needle threaded. Nice and basic. It's pretty awesome.
Oh, okay. I was like, this looks like an empty container,
Oh,
but
here.
you can see there is a wire in it.
There's needles to match your thimble.
Oh.
Sashiko needles. With a nice little container.
Yep. All right. This was the other one. Seeing if I can see the wire, but not really. Kind of.
So, I know I've seen a couple of these. Accidentally grabbed multiples of something else again. I think we carried these before, but they're also really handy to have. So, really awesome tweezers. I love having those in embroidery classes or even just sewing classes. They're fantastic if your threader is broken on your machine. You can just get right in there with a pair of offset tweezers. Or they're great for threading sergers. They actually made it really easy for John to thread a serger when we did it.
I would struggle with that too. One of these would make a big difference for me.
Oh, yeah.
Unless it's one of the air threaders. When I saw Leah do the air threading, I was like, okay, that looked pretty easy.
Yeah, it is easy. It is easy. But you know what these are really great for too? Is actually plucking your eyebrow hairs out because they're slanted.
Oh, okay.
My sewing tools can be
I
multitaskers.
don't know how good this camera is, but people could probably tell I don't pluck my eyebrows.
I can tell.
They're wild.
Yeah. And we have some really nice stilettos. So for it, you can tell there's no tip on here. There's no tip. Do you want to know why? Because the top actually unscrews and then you flip it over and it becomes this way longer stiletto that's really sharp and pokey. And you don't want that hanging out in your pencil case or...
That makes sense.
I poke myself a lot with my stiletto. But it's also great. I love my stiletto. I found these too. Brag quilt snips. These ones are more cooler though. You want to know why these ones are better?
Because they spring open?
Do you know what rag quilting is?
I think so. I think I saw Dawn doing some of it. It has really frayed ends.
Yeah. So you take sandwiches. You start with sandwiches. You go flannel, batting, flannel. And then you take another sandwich of flannel, batting, flannel, and you sew them together. So now you have essentially 4 layers of flannel because you cut your batting squares smaller. And then you have to cut that a million times with a pair of scissors. These
If
ones
it's a
have
normal
springs.
pair of scissors, that's a lot of...
Yeah, that's a
pulling
lot of
out.
this.
Like, the squeezing is not so bad, but the pulling out is actually really hard after a while.
It gets super hard. So these have springs in them. So they spring back for you. So all you have to do is the squeeze. Half the work, which is great. And more reward.
Can you imagine how bad a pair of scissors would be if they would squeeze shut and you had to force them open?
That sounds awful.
It does.
So this is good for your game board playing.
Yes.
It's a new one. It's actually ovally shaped. So it doesn't look oval here. But if I rotate it like this, it looks oval. It's another package I can't get into though. But it is ovally shaped.
Yeah, that's a good shape. And it turns out I really like having this sort of flexible siding.
Yeah?
Because when it's hard, you're really restricted to what size of game tokens you can put in.
What game
Or how
tokens do
hard
I
it
have?
would be to put the bobbins in. I've bought a few bobbin holders since I started working here because they're actually the perfect size for like game tokens and whatnot.
They are. They're fantastic.
Or small dice.
So I didn't find the other half to this. I know it's coming, so when we find it, I have to show it off. It's a white chalk writer refill.
So that probably goes with the white chalk writer.
Yeah, so I think there's one in a box that I just didn't see. But it looks cool. I like it. It's just this flat square, so it must be thin. What are you looking for?
The chalk writer.
It's not in here.
Yeah.
There's not very many things. I left it to the end. to
You
see
were
if I found
unreliable.
it.
You put duplicates in here. I'm not going to start trusting you now.
I put duplicate. Oh, please trust me. Binding needles. With a large eye. To make threading easy. It says that on the back. I think you could use this for any kind of binding you're doing. And they're long, so you could stitch for a long time before pulling it through.
Okay. This looks like the kind of needles I remember holding when I was a kid. Of course, when I was a kid, I was a lot smaller. So they probably weren't normal sized.
You weren't 6 foot when you were a kid?
No.
What?
That's actually something I've more recently come to realize, is that a lot of things that I remember being larger are much smaller than I thought. If that makes sense.
This is true. Things have been the same size for me for a pretty
Yeah.
long time. I stopped growing young, so
Oh.
I don't have that problem. I also probably don't have as many neck problems, so I don't have to look down as far.
I do have to do that a lot. It hurts today already.
Oh, Tyler. Ooh, 3-in-1 needle puller. That's cool. The best multifunction quilting tool. What is this for? Your fingers will get a break when pulling the needle. It's comfortable on your fingers, and you'll love the convenience of having the thimble and thread cutter that's built into the design. That's cool. So
Okay, so yeah, I'm thinking
you might
like,
need to show that on the close-up.
yeah.
It's a really interesting shape. So there's the thimble at the top, and the thread cutter is on the other side of that thimble. And then the thread puller is that metal bit at the bottom. It just kind of grabs it, and then I'm guessing push that white thing.
Oh, you think it like grabs it with the white thing?
I think so. Why else would you have the white thing on there?
Because it looks cool.
It does look cool.
Yeah, I think you're right.
It looks very interesting. I like it.
Oh. Thought I turned off the mic for a second there. I didn't.
Okay, well, I have some more tweezers. Long, long tweezers. This gives you an example of how long they are. They're 6 inches. Why do we need 6-inch tweezers? Yeah, stiletto gets as big as 6 inches, but where's those other tweezers? So we have 4-inch tweezers and 6-inch tweezers. And slightly different packaging, but they're both nifty notions. Isn't that nifty?
Mm-hmm. Seen some frame rate drops here.
Ooh, no!
I turned off the breaking the internet
Frame
parts, I promise.
Oh, okay, one more. This is our last one, Tyler. And then we're
Okay.
out. Fabric grippers.
You put them on the fabric?
I was just reading what they're for. They're actually for the underside of your ruler.
Oh,
So-
yeah, we do have those. On like all our rulers, there's like a little grippy thing on the bottom side.
Yeah. So you could get spray grip. You can get grippy cut. Or you could get these little sandpapery dots that are ready to go and tiny and cute. That's adorable. I like that. I might need these two. I'm just gonna start putting a whole bunch of things in a pile for me, and then I will buy them later.
Very sandpaper like.
Yeah, they look like they really hold on to your fabric well. But my box is empty. No more stuff, just hole punch dots. Oh, I know what those are from.
Hole punch.
No.
Oh, they're not?
Well, they are. But, so, Kai's been working on something really cool in the back room, and I can't wait for it to come out. Maybe we'll have to do a show and tell on those. We just got in a whole order of buttons made from recycled materials.
Oh, I remember seeing the promo for those.
And he was tagging the ones we have not gotten yet, so we can get them all.
Cool.
I'm excited. There's like recycled leather, recycled plastic.
Yeah, I think
really
there's like
cool stuff.
recycled cloth and cotton too.
And coconut.
How'd they
They're
do it?
100% recycled coconut. It was a button. I was reading it today. I
What
can't
color is it?
wait.
White or brown?
They're all different colors.
Oh,
They
I guess
did.
you could paint it.
They did not differentiate between white and brown coconut.
I wonder how they do that.
There are dyes. I don't know. I assume you don't use the white part of the coconut. That's the part you eat.
Yeah, I would think. But you know,
I assume
also
it's
if you call something coconut for some reason, everyone will expect it to be white.
I suppose. I assume they're made from the outer part.
I hope.
Everyone's eating their buttons. Is that what you're worried about?
Yes.
Oh my goodness. Okay, well.
Everyone's like, if I just peel the plastic layer off, I can enjoy a coconut treat. And that's what my buttons are.
So don't let Tyler touch the coconut buttons.
No.
They might have bite marks on them, so I don't think he's gonna bite through them. So pretty hard. Maybe we'll have to do a show and tell later this week on those.
Yeah, we should.
Okay.
I mean,
Tyler's signing up to do show and tell on buttons.
that's not what I said, but okay.
That is what he said. So if anyone wants to see some buttons, let us know. There's a whole swack of them. So many. Can I say swack on the internet?
Sure.
Thing, right?
It probably won't be flagged.
Okay, perfect. Great. I'm glad I'm not getting in trouble. I'm just kidding. Well, what classes do we have going on? I ran out of stuff in front of me. I just have a large pile in front of me, actually.
You can find out what classes are going.
Oh, let's check it out. Show me how to get to the classes. This is exciting. All right.
What day is it today? What month is it? I don't know.
Are you gonna, do you want to screen share that?
Nope.
Can we, no? Okay. Awesome.
I could.
Wow. He could. But, so, this week is starting
It's
the 15th. Today's the 16th.
It's the 16th. That's what I said.
But we'll skip to the next week because that one's not a thing right now. Oh, we have to go to the next month, Tyler. There's no classes this month.
Is that
Next
right?
month.
Seems wrong.
All right. So, September 1st, actually, we have Patchwork in Paradise. The first release, the first block.
Is that official?
Yes?
Have you been authorized to say that?
Yes?
Okay.
That's what we've been telling everybody as they sign up. It's a thing.
Because
It's
this
exciting.
is the first I've heard of it.
Okay, well, the first, September 1st, Tyler.
Okay. I'm going to make an event on our calendar that's coming out on September 1st.
And then on the third Tuesday of the month, that's when we get to have a solo.
Oh, okay.
I'm pretty sure.
Is it going to be third Tuesdays every month, roughly?
I think roughly. Yeah,
That's a good day.
third Tuesday of the month. And then, what do we have next? OESD Stitch Party Volume 2. Zen bookmarks. Those are actually cute. They have, you can use glow-in-the-dark thread from Isacord, and they turn out so adorable.
I could use a bookmark.
You could. I saw the back of one of them said, fell asleep here, and I thought that was really cute because I always fall asleep reading.
Lauren actually got me a book for my last birthday all the works of H.P. Lovecraft.
You need a bookmark.
So I need a bookmark.
Maybe with some hearts. Then we have the Brother Cottage.
The Cottage Getaway.
The Cottage Getaway! The Embossed Cabin Quillo. That'll be really neat. So it's a pillow, but it's a quilt. But is it a pillow? Or a blanket?
It's
I think
a
it's a blanket. It's a quillo. So that's awesome.
I believe when I saw that, I asked 3 different people if it was a spelling mistake.
Nope, it's not. It's a quillo.
I was like, that's not a word. It's like, it's a word now, Tyler. I'm like, okay.
It sure is. And
Is that the last one we're doing with Leanna Kirkley? Yes, it is.
it is the last of 8 classes. And if you missed any and you want to see it, that's okay. They're recorded.
Uh-huh.
You can sign up anytime. And then we have the tools of the trade, the project bag class, where you get to make a bag that fits an 18 by 24 mat.
Oh, yeah.
I actually was talking with one of our customers today, and she said, yeah, sometimes I go to quilting classes, and I'm trying to juggle my mat, and I'm juggling my rotary cutter, and I have this little box of all these things, and I have this other box of things. What if you could just put them all in one bag? And just launch that bag over your shoulder, and then do one trip with your sewing machine and your bag of things.
Well, with this class, you can.
You could do that. So if you're part of, coming into the store for any classes, like it's epic for that, or if you like going to quilt retreats, or if you head over, sorry, that was, lost my train of thought. Yeah, so really that bag's going to be awesome for everything. What else do we have, Tyler?
That is on the
17th.
September 17th? Yeah.
Then we have the Kimberbell Digital Dealer exclusives.
Yes,
That's
the
exciting.
embroider along, which isn't strictly speaking a class, because Leah's not there to really teach, but she is there to embroider along and help people too.
It's true.
Because I don't know if Leah's ever been in a room and people didn't ask her questions.
If Leah's there, I have a whole list of questions always.
Yeah.
I think you skipped one. Let's just go through all of the month of September.
Sure.
OESD Embroidery Essentials event. That's going to be really cool. So that is an in-person only lecture demo run by OESD educators. So we're going to learn so much about all the things we do with embroidery and how to use our products better. Or even what are they for? I don't know what everything's for. I always ask Leah, which stabilizer do I need? I am hoping to learn more in this class. It's going to be awesome.
That's September 29th.
That's September 29th. And then following that, we still have our OESD educators for the next class, which is Stitching in the Kitchen. It's a 2-day event. We're going to make 6 projects. And they're really cute. I'm a whisk taker, I think is one of them.
That's the apron, right?
Yeah, I really want it.
I think it's a good way to try out embroidery.
Oh, yeah.
You get a whole, 6 projects?
6 projects.
So 6 really cute projects, and you get to try out on embroidery machines that you don't need to own.
Yeah, so you get to come into the store. So if you don't have one, or say you have a baby lock and you're really curious what a Brother or a Bernina does that's different than yours, you can come in store, try one of our machines, hang out with us for 2 days, where we all get to learn some really cool stuff.
I'll have to go home in between those 2 days, though.
You do have to go home.
There's no sleepovers here.
Yeah, we do have a lot of quilts, but we can't have a sleepover. Yeah.
Just in case anyone was wondering.
Tyler was wondering.
That's weird, but whenever anyone says 2-day event, I'm like, do I have to go home in between? I assume it must go back to my days in high school where we'd like spend the night at the museum kind of thing. That was a thing we did. I don't know if anyone else did it.
Tyler, I think you need to get out more.
No. I like staying home.
Do you have sleepovers when you play all your board games too?
Yes, actually, we do sometimes.
Okay, so there's reasons.
Yeah.
Okay, okay. Well, I think that's all I have for today. How about you, Tyler?
Yeah. I did have a question earlier today, and I wanted to say thank you, but I forgot her name. Yeah, she emailed me and let me know that there was a class that we had done back in June that I had forgot to put a video up for.
Is it up now?
No, that's one of the things I had to cancel so it wouldn't screw up the internet too much.
Oh, okay. Is it gonna be up tomorrow?
It should be up tomorrow.
Awesome. Fabulous. Oh, and we have fabric, Tyler.
Oh, right, yeah.
I gotta slide out of the way and grab one so I can read it. It's really cute houndstooth flannel, actually. It is called Autumn Gatherings Flannel. And we have it. I didn't grab all of it. I ran out of arms on my run. And it's so soft and cuddly feeling. It would make an excellent rag quilt. Be really cute.
I would like these as pajamas, personally.
That would look cool too. So Tyler needs a class on how to make pajamas.
We have a class on how to... Wait, did we record that one?
I don't know, Tyler, did we?
That was back when I kind of first started here. I think it wasn't one we had... Well, I don't think it was one we had recorded for a class setting, but Leah had done a YouTube video series on it.
Okay.
So I think that is up. A more formalized class setting is something I've tried to pitch to Leah. But she's very busy.
We'll get there. Works in progress.
Mm-hmm.
Just like all of these nifty notions getting on the wall. We're gonna have all of them.
I try not to bug Leah or Anne too much about the stuff I want recorded, mostly because it's classes they've done and it's not necessarily that customers are asking for it, but I want a class recording of it. And we don't have one, so that's why I ask for these
Is it
things.
because you want to learn the thing?
A little bit, yeah.
Okay. So Tyler needs more classes.
Yeah.
Awesome.
So that's one of the things I want to bug Leah about.
Well, maybe she's watching Facebook and
I hope not. She should be enjoying her vacation.
she's probably in the car.
If she's watching this right now, she's going,
She's going, who like Tyler? Come on.
yes, for sure. Well, no one's here to stop me, like I said.
You know, I didn't stop you. But I think that's all we have for Facebook today, Tyler.
Mm-hmm.
We ran out of goodies.
Yes,
We should show the giant pile nest that we made, actually. Look at all this. So many goodies. So many. They just keep going. There's goodies up in the corner over there that are hidden by our heads. And there's goodies over here. This is great. I like this. Did I talk about the ball bodkin? I think we did. Maybe I took it out and forgot about it.
Maybe. There's a ball bodkin.
There's a little bodkin with a little ball at the end. Great for getting elastic through stuff, actually. Then you won't lose it. But, yeah. Thanks for joining us today, everyone.
Thanks for joining us.
We'll see you next time. Probably soon.
Maybe I'll be back tomorrow. We'll see.
Maybe I'll kidnap him on Thursday or Friday or tomorrow or